effort. Because one thing I know about life, stop crying. Stop begging. Put forth the effort. Because one thing I know about life, whatever you sow, you're going to reap. If you put 1,000,000 apple seeds in the ground, you're going to get 1,000,000 apple trees back. Stop whining. Stop and put forth effort. As we were working, we realized, guys, it's not the big things that mess us up. It's the small things. And we had to step back and analyze our work. We had to critique our work. We had to bring our work in the lab every day. And we had to look at it in ways that we had never looked at it before. When we looked at it, we made one change. We realized that we were speaking without the proper microphone. And when we changed our microphone, our views went from 2,000 to 3,000 to 20,000 in 24 hours. It was the little things that made a difference. You got to feed your mind every day. If you don't feed your mind, life just starts to happen. I don't care how smart you are, how strong you are, how inspired you are, committed you are. You know, the world today follows us around, and we all know that what gets our attention today, what makes something news, is something that's usually not that attractive, not very positive.
Let's go, let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. How are we feeling? Fired up coming in to this half of the week. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys had a great start so far. Let's go ahead and start the day off with a little bit of gratitude before we go ahead and dive into today. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about training your weakness and how we can go ahead and compare fear with our weaknesses and how they overlap and how we can go ahead and see the patterns to go ahead and make the changes necessary. So let's go ahead and drop the gratitude. What is everybody grateful for today? Grateful for God, grateful to be alive, grateful for the abundance, grateful for the lessons, grateful for each of you, grateful for the dream team, for our mentors, for what is to come in the next upcoming months. Super fired up. I'm excited. So let's go ahead and get into it for today. We're talking about training your weaknesses. Here we go. Let's do it. All right. So this is coming off of a training from this morning from our mentor, and this is big, right? Honestly, a lot of this information, you know, people pay a lot of money just to get access to this, but I love to go ahead and be able to bring this to you guys because I feel like if everybody goes ahead and implements this, it's going to be able to take your life, your business, your organization, and those that step in your shoes to the next level. So here we go. Training your weaknesses and how they overlap with fear. You know, they talk about it in the Army. We don't rise to the occasion. We sink to the level of our training. So this is why every single day we have a blueprint. We have trainings that are set up to go ahead and equip each and every one of you and myself with the tools that we need to go ahead and face life, right? We like to call it our toolbox, right? What if you know, all the problems, the negativity that happen in our life, what if we had a toolbox that we could go ahead and reach into and be able to utilize that anytime, anywhere? That is the purpose of these calls, because it's not going to be a matter of when life hits. It's just of if life hits, it's just a matter of when. So being able to get prepared now, this is big. All right. So how to train grit and how to be the best when we are at our worst. Okay. This was part of the topic that we were going over to start this thing off. And the first thing that they initiated this with was going ahead and going to the gym, right? The easiest place to go ahead and build all different parts, right? All three, actually, our mind, body, and spirit, is actually by starting and going to the gym, right? Because you got to think about it. If you can actually go to work and you can have the discipline to go ahead and get yourself into the gym, I believe that this is the discipline that if we carry with every part of our life, this is where the real change starts to happen. Because the truth is, if we look in the mirror today, right now, all we are is a product of what we've been eating and thinking for the past 90 days. So one of the quickest way to go ahead and check your vibration, believe it or not, go ahead and look at your body. Go ahead and see how you look in the mirror. All of these things is ways that we can start to depict what is going on. Now, here's the truth, okay? Everybody is built different, but here's what I know, okay? At the end of the day, the beauty of life is going to be about growth, right? Being able to get 0.1% better every day. So I'm not worried about where you're at right now. I'm not worried about what you've been through the past weeks, the past couple months. We can make a decision today, right? Just like we talked about, to draw the line in the sand and make the decision to go ahead and become the best version of you. And the quickest way that we can do that is by hitting the gym. Okay, that's how you start to build confidence. If you look at somebody that doesn't have a lot of confidence, what do they look like? They have bad posture, they're slouched, right? They have no core. All of this stems from, believe it or not, learning your body, being able to push past your limits where you don't think you can actually go. So imagine this. Imagine if you were tired and you can go ahead and use that discipline to go to the gym. What if now you could use that in different aspects of your life? Now you're going to be able to get on go live sessions. Now you're going to be able to go reach out and talk to your mentor. Now you're going to be able to go reach out and talk to the individuals that are waiting for your impact. You see, how you do anything ends up becoming how you do everything. So one little change can start to create discipline in all different areas of your life. So let's go ahead and go a little bit deeper. So, we have our 5 to 6 pillars of life: family, mind, body, spirit, faith, finances, society, right? So we started with the gym right now. So if you were to put on a scale between 1 to 10, that energy, what is your energy that you're putting towards that pillar of your life? If that's weak, today's a perfect day to go ahead and dive in. And I see you guys, Deanne, I love it. Horizon J, Lady Boss Dick, you guys have been absolutely crushing it. And let me know how you feel, right? Are you feeling more vibrant? Do you feel like you have more energy throughout the day? Do you feel like you have more confidence when you go out and you make your videos and you make new relationships? 11:11, paint your vision. Absolutely, right? It's a huge difference. It's night and day. So the body, this is huge. It's one of the first places that we can all start. So I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit deeper. If we were to go ahead and make a list right now, and you were to identify for yourself, what are 3 to 5 of your top biggest weaknesses that you feel like you have right now? Is it public speaking? Is it trading? Is it going out and creating new relationships? Is it getting out and hitting the gym? Is it your faith? I don't know what it is for you, but let's go ahead and put down on paper your 3 to 5 weaknesses, and let's go ahead and not just put it down, because here's the thing. We have a 5-step action plan that you guys are going to learn, and I'm actually going to go over that tomorrow, but I'm just going to touch on a piece of it, right? So whenever we identify a problem, we have to also identify a plan, right? So maybe we're not good at speaking on camera. Maybe we're not good at making videos. What if you were to go ahead and design a schedule for this week to go ahead and just do 2 lives for the week? Just do 3 lives by the end of the next 7 days, and watch how much better you get. How about going ahead and making relationships in person, right? This was such a great perspective this morning, because it really made somebody who's introverted understand how easy you can start getting 1/10% better. Here's how you can do it. You're afraid to meet people. You're afraid to go out and be social. What if you were to go out and open a door for somebody? That's the first step, okay? The second step, what happens if the next day, if you not only opened a door, but you actually gave a compliment? Now you took it one step further up the ladder. Now what happens if the next day, maybe you did something that was nice, you gave a compliment, and now you actually started a conversation? You see, there's levels to any part of life, and this is how you can start to learn to take whatever it is step by step, whether it's speaking, trading, right? Even trading. You can make a schedule this week to say, okay, these are the go lives I'm going to attend to really learn about ECX, to really understand about e-commerce and dropping it, to really understand the trading side, right? So I love it. This was something that was so big that any of us can implement today and ASAP. So let's go ahead and get into the fear side of it. So we have weaknesses. Now let's talk about how fears actually overlap and how we can utilize them together. So we wrote down 3 to 5 weaknesses. Let's go ahead and put down 3 to 5 fears. Drop it down below. What are 3 to 5 of your fears? And here's what you're probably going to notice. Some of your fears correlate with your weaknesses, right? So maybe your weakness was public speaking, making videos. Isn't that funny how one of your fears might be going out in public, being social with people, actually talking and engaging with others? You see how they start to overlap? So what if the biggest things that we are fearful of, and honestly, I'm going to be real, I'm somebody who can go ahead and say this myself. I used to always say fear, greatness is on the other side of fear. But the way we heard it this morning, it's so true. Greatness is actually running through your fear. It's not on the other side, it's being able to run through it. So if you were to think about your 3 to 5 weaknesses, your 3 to 5 fears, what if I were to tell you that those 3 to 5 could be the biggest things holding any of us back inside of our business? What if those 3 to 5 could be literally the trigger point to go ahead and get us to the next level? So true. Honestly, the biggest things we're afraid of could be the biggest breakthrough. So this was my goal for today, to go ahead and write down the 3 to 5 weaknesses, 3 to 5 fears, and not just be able to write it down. I love plans of action, theories, motivation is great, but I'm here to get you guys to the next level. So what is going to be the action plan that we're going to go ahead and run through these fears into this week, into the month of August, because we've been comfortable enough coming for the first 6, 7, 8 months of 2022. Now is the time I encourage you to really see what you can bring out, to see the impact that you can make, to see what kind of love happens when you give it out to the universe and watch it come right back to you. I love it. Talking about the business every time I talk. Meditative force, speaking up every time. You see it? Right. Where focus goes, energy flows. When you guys start thinking about your goals, when you're excited about where you're going, it's just going to ripple off of you. Energy is never created nor destroyed. It's always transferred. So when you have that energy, before you even speak to somebody, they can feel that before you even open your mouth. So this is so big, right? When you start actually believing what you can do, what these skill sets can actually do for yourself, for your family, for those around you, life starts to change. So to go ahead and end it off with this, I want to ask you guys, what are the holes, right? This was one of the biggest topics for this month. What are the holes that's keeping you from your success? What are the holes that's keeping you from your success? Now, you ready? This was a part of the training where it really hit us like a brick. Okay, this might bruise some of you, but if the shoe fits. A lot of us, we know algorithms, right? Even myself included, this is me, right? A lot of us, we know algorithms, but how many of, we know the algorithms of social media, but do we know the algorithms of poverty? Do we know the algorithms of wealth? What are our algorithms every day that's stopping us from getting to where we need to go? Because the truth is, we all have things that's going on right now where if we made a little shift, if we changed our thinking, if we changed our habits, if we changed our daily methods of operation, now things can really start to move downhill. All right. And momentum gets seriously created. So that's my question for you guys today. Because if we don't go into the deep questions, if we don't really figure out what our algorithm is, we're going to keep repeating the same thing and we're going to keep getting the same results. And nobody wants that. The whole goal of these next 5 months is to absolutely double what we did the first half of 2022. So this is my training for you guys. And here's how we're going to go ahead and honestly, I believe, start to change the way we think, change our self-talk, and really get in the mode of having that confidence, having that self-belief. Some of you guys, yes, I do. I don't know how many of you have actually taken the time to do this. Matter of fact, go ahead and drop it down below. How many of you have taken the time to go ahead and write your list of 100 things that you've done well, that you've accomplished in your life? And it could be anything. It could be the little things, right? But I'm telling you, when you actually take the time to do this training, you're going to start to get self-belief. You're going to start to get more self-confidence, and you're going to remember who you really are and all of the things that you've already gone past. So why can't you continue to grow? Why can't you get past the next little problem that comes in your life when you've already gotten through all of these different things? So that's my goal for you guys today, to go ahead. 501 Shane and Talina. I love it. So they'll tell you themselves. And here's what my mentor said. Stopped at 75. I'm going to give you guys a goal. You ready? He made us do 500. My goal for you is 100. Don't stop at 75. Don't stop at 85. Don't stop at 99 because you're limiting yourself. Do you know how many things that you've done well in the past month that you don't even think about, right? Our mentor talks about it all the time. Pat yourself on the back. Because the truth is, we're not going to get a lot of recognition in our life, right? In fact, we get most of the opposite. We get negativity. We get told no. We get brought down most of the time. So if nobody told you today, I believe in you, pat yourself on the back for how far you've come, for how much you've already gotten through, and for where it is that you're going. I have an old list of 300 from 2 years ago. All right, let's go ahead and make a new one, because any of us could write a list of 1,000 negative things right now, all the things that's going wrong in our life. this could be the reason why we're not progressing forward. Because if we're thinking about all this negativity every day, and then we go in our notebook and then we're writing, I'm so happy and grateful, there's no way, right? You're on two different frequencies. You're not correlating with each other, right? You're in a disalignment. So if your thoughts are thinking one way and what it is that you write is two different things, this is the difference. This is why we're not getting to where we need to go. And I've been at this point. This is why whenever especially journaling, when you guys write your gratitude, when you guys put your thoughts on paper, you need to really dig deep with your emotion. I'm not just writing, I'm truly blessed. I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm so grateful. I'm not just writing it to write it. I'm really feeling the emotion. I'm really envisioning and embodying these things as if it's already happened, right? Every single day we've been doing this, and I'll give you a perfect example. When I'm writing this, I'm envisioning, I'm so happy and grateful now that my grandfather's health has been restored. I'm being able to picture him walk. I'm being able to picture him actually ride a bike and enjoy life. What kind of feeling does that give you when your loved ones are hurting and you can see them restored? You can see them happy. You can see them vibrant. How does that make you feel? You see, success is way bigger than just us. It's about being able to think about others and the individuals that we love. Because you're not just doing this for you. When you make all of this money, do you think it's exciting just to make money by yourself, to travel the world by yourself? Kevin Hart talked about it yesterday in an interview that I saw. He said, making money is cool, but if you can't do any of that with your friends, if you can't actually help your family out, what's the point of actually getting there? So understand, before you even get all this abundance and all this success, who are you really doing this for? Because I'm telling you right now, you might not want to get up in the morning. You might not want to hit the gym. You might not want to plug into these calls. But when you think about who you're doing this for, it brings it to a whole different level. I'm not getting into the why. I'm talking about the who. So this is big. But I love it. I appreciate you guys. I have nothing but love for you. I'm excited. Correct. Money by yourself is lonely. Horizon J, absolutely right. So true. So this is my training for you guys today. If you got any value, if you're ready to go ahead and train your weaknesses and go ahead and double down on your fears, drop some sevens down below. Smash that like button. And here's what I want you guys to get before we get off of this call. You ready? All of these fears, all of these weaknesses that you guys put down, here's what I can promise you, okay? The feeling that we get, right, when you talk about your weakness, when you write down your fear, you're gonna get a trigger. This is called neuroencoding. So when you write these down, you might get a gut in your stomach. You might get butterflies even just thinking about it. But when you're nervous, believe it or not, the same feelings, the same symptoms that we experience when we're nervous is the exact same things that happens when we're excited. You see, before somebody goes and speaks on stage, you don't think their armpits sweat. you don't think their hands get sweaty. But what do you think happens if somebody's afraid? It's the same thing. Their armpits sweat and their hands get clammy. What's the difference? It's the exact same thing. Our body experiences the exact same emotions. So if you can understand that the next time you experience nervousness, you experience fear, what if you were to actually go ahead and switch that to excitement? Now, I'm not telling you fear isn't real. Real fear, real danger is very real. But the fear that we create in our minds is nothing compared to what is actually in reality. So that's my training for you, family. I have nothing but love for you. I'm excited. It is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Go out and be the you that you are destined to be. Remember, you can be, do, or have anything that you can hold in your mind. Get ready, because you're about to hold it in your hand. The only thing left is for time to catch up. I love you, families. Have a great Wednesday. It's game time. I'll see you tomorrow on another episode with Rise and Shine Define. Let's go.